from April to June.
A very good evening to one and all, and welcome to another amazing day of the ESL India Premiership Summer Seasons Master League. I'm your host Angela, and this event is brought to you by Owned by HP, HyperX, and Tel, and organized by Nodwin Gaming. Today we have three great games lined up for you folks, and with me today I'm going to have Gautam, who's going to be joining me for all the three games. How are you?
I'm very good, Angela. Thank you for having me on the show today.
I'm so glad to have you on the show
What?
today. No, it's always great to have somebody to join me on the desk who's already played all the three games and knows so
Yeah.
much about them. And
I'm one of the few guys who've played all three games, but
Yes.
CS being my weakest so far.
CS being
but
my weakest too.
Clash and Dota are one of those two games that I do end up spending a lot of time on
Yeah.
and money on. Sadly.
Talking about Clash, now we have Clan Wars that has come in, and that's pretty exciting. Have you played the Clan Wars?
No, I have not got a chance to play Clan Wars right now. I actually, because I sit in the ESL clan,
Yeah.
normally because of the matches, or so I don't we don't have any clan trophies. Everyone just kind of
How
keeps going
sad.
in and out. So just for the clan
Yeah.
wars, I actually joined a proper clan, some
Okay.
open clan that I joined up to, just to see what is going on. So
Yeah.
I've just started that today, so I have no clue, not much what's going on. I do
Alright.
understand the fact that you need to collect cards and then. Your clan can
Yeah.
only play with those cards, so the idea is to collect as many cards
Correct.
as possible. So
And that's pretty exciting. I mean, it's lovely to have new features coming into all
Yeah.
these different games. But talking about Clash Royale today, we have an amazing matchup. We have Arpan going up against Mrin. So let's first see Arpan. All right, so that is Arpan. He's doing pretty well for himself. He's sitting second on the board, and he's also been a champion at this game for quite a while. So, what do you think about this player in general?
Well, Arpan, if you remember 2 days ago, he was on #1.
Yeah.
And recently lost his top spot against Beast Suktishan.
Yeah,
was it?
Satikshan.
I always have trouble saying his name.
Yeah.
So Beast was #2. He had not lost a single game. And finally, he ended up facing off against Arpan. It was a great game. We actually had 6 games.
6 games.
It was
Yes.
a best of 5 with 1 draw and going to all the way to 3-3 or 2-2
Yeah.
was the score at the end of the day. And it was one of the best games that I actually casted in the Premiership for a long time.
Yeah, I think that was the longest game also that we had in the Clash Royale.
Yeah, it
tournament,
was like
about
a
30
good 40-minute
minutes.
session of a best of 5. So Beast ended up dethroning Arpan from the #1
Yeah.
spot. So Arpan now sits on #2. He has 2 losses and 5 wins, I believe. But we can look
Yes.
at the graph later, the standings later.
Definitely.
Let's move on to our second player.
And player 2 is also been a champion in the Clash Royale scenario. He's been there the 2016 Mrin. Let's see you. That is Rinboy Lakar. He's an amazing Clash Royale player. Had a brilliant run in the ESL India Premiership in the 2016 edition. But talking about 2017 and 2018, this player has been starting to get a little stagnant on the board. He's struggling as of now. He sits 8th on the board, taken only 2 victories for himself, but 4 losses. I somewhere feel that maybe he's just struggling with this new gameplay.
Or maybe I think he's distracted with a lot of things in life. I don't know. I've been
Yeah.
told that he's playing a lot of Mobile Legends or Arena
wow.
of Valor, some other
Yeah.
game that he's spending a lot of time on. However, imagine, I don't know, if you see his matches, his normally his number of matches are very less than compared to the other pros.
True.
So it makes sense. He's not been playing that much, but he's fairly good. Like
Yeah.
he's a good player. 2016 was the big year for him. He kind of had the big breakthrough.
Yeah.
And he won the Masters.
And I think once you win, you kind of just want to sit back down and be like, already achieved what I want.
Yeah.
I don't really need
But
to.
2017 was an on and off for him. You
Yeah.
know, he did make it to most of the LAN events in 2017.
Yeah.
But however, not placing so well throughout. Except the last one, the Winters in 2017, he ended up making it
I
to
think he was in
4th
the
and 5th
fifth.
position.
Yeah, 4th and 5th.
So that run was pretty great. It's always nice to see him get better and
True.
play to his full potential. However, speaking about Mrin right now, sadly, I would actually say that he's probably going to lose this game. because
Wow. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the
it's my like,
trophies.
even though it's like my prediction as such, like,
Yeah.
but he's not been doing so well. He's lost games to most of the games that we've seen him. He's lost. I don't. He has some wins. I
I
didn't
think he
get
just
to.
has, he has about 2 wins. But talking about their bans as of now, we have Mrin who has banned out the Magical Archer, while Arpan has gone ahead and banned the Three Musketeers. Good ban coming in there from him because in the previous matchup, we did see him struggle quite a bit
He actually played
against
Three
the 3M.
Musketeers
Yeah,
in the last matchup that we saw him. But again, like, he lost 3-0. The last two games,
true.
I believe he's lost 3-0. He's not
Two,
been
yeah,
doing well.
Prashant. He lost to Prashant his
And
last
as
game.
much as we would like to see Mrin win, this is Arpan he's facing against. And Arpan's been absolute beast.
Yeah.
The beast is number one, Arpan's number two. I don't think Mrin's is gonna, win this best of five. I would
Yeah.
like to see him take 1 or 2 games out of Arpan if
Yeah.
possible. However, I highly doubt Mrin is gonna win this game. And deep down inside my heart, I would say, like, hey, I would love to see Mrin win, but
Yeah.
his recent performance and statistics now basically just tell me no, it's most likely not gonna happen. Mrin is not gonna win this best of five. So that is my prediction. And Mrin, if you're watching this, we've seen you play really well for a really long time, and would love to have you back on the top 4 spot, and would love to see you at the LAN events also. And however, it's just we're not seeing it right now, and it's slowly breaking our heart. On the other hand, Arpan, who's
Yeah.
who's won our hearts over time. He
Over
has to
time.
struggle to win our heart,
Yes.
and we're supporting him heavily also. So
True.
again, both close players to us. Because we've been seeing them grow for such a
Exactly.
long time. So it's not like there's some favorite players that we have. It's just that we've seen them grow and come
Yeah.
out of nowhere and make it to the top. So, and then we of course we remember the guys who come first and second more than the rest of the
Correct.
people.
Correct.
Unless you're the 13-year-old kid, which of course will not
The
forget a
Heat.
random.
What was his name? I forgot.
Taranveer.
Taranveer.
Yes.
Taranveer. He was brilliant at the
Yes,
winter
yes, yes,
season
yes.
finale. And I
So-
hope we see him again sometime.
Yes. So let's get into the.
Definitely.
game.
And after that prediction coming from Gotham, we have our caster Manoj Super Gola who's going to be taking this game for us. And I hope to see who's going to take this game. So let's quickly head into it, and I will see you guys right after that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership's daily stream. This is Manoj Super Gola casting some Clash Royale for you, and joining me is a guy from the desk.
A guy from the desk.
A guy from the desk.
The guy. Is
The
it
guy
a
from
guy
the
or
desk.
the guy?
Mm,
Anyway, so Manoj, you did get a chance to look at my prediction, and what did you think of that? Like when I poured my heart out in the studio.
I talked in your ear, didn't I? I wholeheartedly agree with you. And yes, it is like slowly eating at me to see Mrin not perform as he used to.
Anyway, so you know what? Let's just put away our bias hat and let's talk about this game. And Arpan is going for the golem deck, and he has managed to successfully keep the elixir collector with him. So that's a small advantage going into his matchup here. So he can most probably make most out of it. And Mrin does not have something nice to kind of take care of that elixir collector at the moment.
Well, that's the thing, right? Looks like Arpan is playing a rage-based deck where he wants to send his lumberjack out and possibly get a couple of hits off onto the tower in order to let the push behind the lumberjack go in faster. But again, you have to notice that Mrin has this tornado, and we all know how much of a genius he is at using that tornado.
Yeah, well, the thing is now at the double elixir time, and especially fact that he has elixir collector down.
Already, yeah.
So he is gonna be having a lot of elixirs to supply that big push behind the golem there. So we're looking forward to him hit that double elixir time and kind of see what and how he changes his plan at that point. And I'll be worried for Mrin at that point and understanding how he's planning to, stop this big push which will be coming at his doorstep. Now targeting the elixir collector directly, not getting any hits off, Manoj.
No, so that is true. You're right in saying that we are in double elixir, and now that Arpan has an elixir collector already down, and it didn't take any damage from the barrel, did it?
No, it did not take any damage from the barrel. And now the big push is coming in, and Arpan is trying to stop that big push by pushing in the opposite direction. He's put his Night Witch there. He has the Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon, notice, okay, he had placed the Baby Dragon in the other direction. However, Now he needs to worry about this two-front push that is coming against him.
Yeah,
And
I think we can call it right now. Mrin is losing this one. Look at that. The golem's more than half HP. Even the lumberjack is over there, and he's going to make it to the tower thanks to the golem tanking for him.
yeah, and Lumberjack actually connects to the tower. Actually, he does so much DPS. The King Tower should target the Lumberjack first, giving everyone a rage spell. A big push, hitting the main tower, going for the 3-crown victory. But look at the bottom right. He actually loses the tower also, but
Really
too
doesn't
many
matter.
units on the top left. And this is game 1 going in favor of Arpan, taking it 3 crowns. Again, so my prediction is kind of going in the right direction, but it is a best of 5, so I'm not gonna, mess it up. So, what are your thoughts actually on how Mrin has been playing lately?
I don't have any good thoughts about how Mrin is playing lately. Like do you remember how we used to call him the golden boy? The champion of champions.
Yeah, but then, I guess we have to realize the fact that people kind of move on and you don't expect someone to stay on the top forever. It's the third year into the Premiership, and it'll just be unfair for us to say that Mrin Boy was expected to stay on top for the third year in a row, especially the fact that in 2016 we had just started and a lot of talent was still
now
coming
he's
up.
in a much bigger pool of talent, and I guess
And a lot more people know about the Premiership also,
yes.
and a lot of people are interested in playing and testing out their skills.
No, but it is a testament to how good the average gamer in India is, right? We've had Mrinmoy since the beginning. He's won our earlier tournaments, but now that the Premiership has become a little bit more famous, more people are coming in, and now he's being beaten by people who started the game almost a year after he started the game.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, by the way, that you've made.
Mhm.
Mrinmoy had that initial lead going into it. He was one of the few big players. But you know what? At the end of the day, he still sits in the Master League.
Yes, he does.
And you can't take that away from Mrin. He still sits in the Master League. He's still top 12 in the country.
Yeah,
Unless he
I don't
drops.
think he's leaving the Master League for quite a long time. I mean, something has to happen to Clash Royale for him to leave.
Yeah, he's here to stay. It's just more of an on and off thing for him, where he's, sometimes he does well, some seasons he's doing well, sometimes he's kind of sitting right in the middle and not making it to the big finishes that we want him to make. So
True. But it's always fun casting his games at a LAN finale though. Like
yeah.
we get to make so much fun of his expressions or lack thereof.
yeah. Yeah, he's very focused and let's just say
he has the best
expressionless.
poker face in all of our masters.
Yeah, and you can't really tell. I think he smiled once in
Once,
last year's Masters, where
That was after he won.
yeah, after he won the game. Golem being dropped right in the middle. Mrin had to reveal his big card there. So Golem's out. Inferno Dragon's right behind him. Does he have a zap? Yes, he does. He also has a poison, by the way. He can zap and poison. If he decides to use the poison first, not putting the zap down, interestingly.
There was no point in using the zap over there because the golem was about to die anyway. Like maybe it would have gotten one hit extra, but that doesn't really matter, right? He's not really trying to push hard and bring a tower down. That's all he did. This is the first couple of hits that he's bringing onto the tower. If this was maybe in overtime or the last few seconds of normal time, then it would have made more sense to use the zap.
Yeah, but Mrin's off to a great start here. He's dropped Arpan's towers fairly low. And I'm looking at Mrin's deck. It's fairly expensive. He has quite a lot of cards. Actually, he doesn't have an elixir collector. So it's an expensive deck he has. And Arpan has some rich spam there to kind of counter this big push now. But the tower is fairly low on health. So I'm interested in understanding and seeing how he's planning to stop the counter strike that's going to be happening against him. Ooh, not able to get
it
that.
made the slow motion contact with the tower.
Yeah.
Which is still a ton of damage. Like it went instantly down to 1886.
I believe now Mrin has to, Arpan has to kind of set the focus in the other direction, because he can't technically afford to have a push coming to the right, which is now in
motion already.
in
We see
motion
the
already.
golem coming down the lane.
So now Arpan has to make that big decision. What's he planning to do? He has brought down the tower on the left fairly low. If he focuses too hard on the right, Mrin is going to have a lot of expensive units coming at him. Nice distraction, by the way, by the flying units.
Oh wow, this is actually strange. Mrin didn't use the zap. He didn't?
Well, he doesn't have it in cycle, so
No, he had it while the golem was coming down, but he didn't use it on the Inferno Dragon.
And 2 Inferno Dragons up in the field. And very well placed Royal Guards there to stop those 2 Inferno Dragons. You definitely didn't want 2 of those Inferno Dragons pointing at you. Big push on the left. Remember, it is overtime. If the ramp connects and does a lot of damage, bringing it down. Yes, Arpan closing this game. Understood the fact that that Golem is going to be coming at like 20 kilometers an hour, and whereas he can do a big push at 60 kilometers an hour on the left-hand side, giving him that extra 40 kilometers an hour to close that game. What do you think about my math, Manoj?
Maybe we need some better standards of measurement.
Well, let's just put it this way, okay? Mrin attacked on the right, you know, with the Suzuki Swift, and Arpan counter-attacked on the left with the Mercedes.
But if it's in India, the Swift would reach its destination faster.
That's correct. But we are assuming that this map is not in India, and there's not a lot of traffic.
True, true. And there's only 2 roads, right? You either go this way or that way.
And at the end of the day, I don't think Arpan had any other choice, and Mrin also didn't have any other choice. He had to take the tower down, which had already brought down.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I agree with that, because I really feel that wasn't an opportune time for Mrin to let go of his last golem on the other side on the other lane where the battle was happening.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, if Mrin drops a 8 elixir golem in any place, Arpan is going to counter on the other side. He could have used the fact that his tower on the right was in a better health than the left. But at the end of the day, if they're both chipping away around like 1,000 or 1,200 HP off the tower, and Mrin could have afforded to make that trade.
Perhaps.
However, knowing the fact that there's a big bridge spam deck that Arpan is carrying, it's always going to be an issue. And he didn't have the Nado and Baby Dragon to kind of stop anything at it tracks.
True.
That would have helped.
Okay, so Mrin looks like he's stuck with the same deck, and looks like Arpan has decided to do the same thing.
Yeah, both of them going for the same thing, and looking at what happened in the last game. I don't know how this is going to come out any different.
I haven't noticed either of the players make any huge clearing mistakes other than maybe mistiming the placements for a bit, but it looks like it's basically coming down to decks versus gameplay.
Yeah, but knowing how it kind of went last time, I think if Mrin is able to successfully get a big push going now, look at this. Mrin with this lighter units making a lot of leeway on both sides, getting some action in. And but at the end of the day, Manoj, if you think this could come out any different, I would love to hear your thoughts on.
Maybe before the games actually started, I would have argued against that. But now that I've seen 2 rounds go dismally, I don't think. I think we are just running away from the inevitable.
Yeah, and now the big push finally being thrown down. There's minute 30 seconds left on the clock, and look at that. A very, very, straightforward answer he has to this.
See the golem on one lane, push on the other.
Ouch. Look at that. And that ramp connects, does so much damage. There's so many I think Mrin's given up. He's given up. This is GG from Mrin.
No, he hasn't. Okay. He's still trying.
Oh, he's still trying. I didn't see any units come out of it for some time.
You know, the Royal Guards are a really good unit because not only does the tower need 3 or 4 hits to destroy him, the shield effectively stops them, gives them like an Aegis style thing from Dota.
And the Golemites that small spawn out of the Golem, was that zap necessary there?
I mean, it's a minute left. All Arpan has to do is defend, right?
Yeah.
If he saves even 30 HP on his tower, that's a really good thing to do.
It makes me sad seeing this. This is going to be a 3-0 victory for Arpan, and Mrin's going to lose this game. He has won a couple of games in this series. However, I don't know, I've not seen most of them.
Yeah, like after the game goes, we should... how many games does Mrin have left? I guess we'll know when.
Mrin has to play 11 in total right now, and
he's played at least 4, right?
And he's played 6 already. This is his 7th game.
Well, let's hope he has better luck against the new Masters players. I know he's played with the likes of Mukul, Arpan, and basically all the good ones that we already know exist.
Yeah, and 3-0 is the final score between Arpan and Mrin Lakar. My prediction kind of came through. And bad luck for Mrin Gola. If you have any last words, you can give them now before we kind of close this casket.
Well, I just want to thank Omen by HP, Intel, HyperX, all of our wonderful sponsors for helping us make this happen. And of course, you and me over here at Norman Gaming presenting this to our audience, bringing esports every day. And Angela, yes.
You kind of forgot like the host of the show.
No, like you cut me off and said Angela also. Okay, like I'm sitting here. Her picture is on my screen. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna hand you guys back to Gautam and Angela again. Let's see if Angela can tell me what's wrong with Mrin right now. So, see you guys.
All right, so we are back with the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership Clash Royale. Now, thank you so much, Manoj, for that recognition on camera. Talking about this game, I think like Manoj mentioned before, like Mrin is just a little bit struggling with maybe the placement or when he's dropping these heavy cards. Also, the golem, I feel it's a little overrated in
I think it's more of a meta problem.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
a meta problem.
Mrin's kind of stuck in this older meta right now, and where he's struggling with the fact that new metas have come out. Few cards have been buffed or debuffed or nerfed. So I think he's still kind of stuck in this old meta where we've seen him. The last game we saw him running a 3 Musketeer deck, which normally no one runs nowadays.
True.
And this is something that we saw in 2017, by the way. And we saw this at the winter finale where we saw 3 Musketeer and Taranveer actually dominating the game with the 3 Musketeers. However, now things have changed and people know and understand the decks, and you need to kind of move on to newer meta right now. So
True. Also,
sadly,
it's
not able to get that done.
And nowadays, this card, the Inferno Dragon, I think he's very underrated because he kind of destroys any big unit. And if he connects to anything and you don't have something to cut him off, or like a Zap or an Electro Wizard, he kind of just destroys a whole full-grown 8 HP card when he hardly costs like 4 elixir.
Well,
so.
That's the thing, right? You have a Zap, basically, such a low elixir card. You have Zap to kind of, stop or disrupt the
And I
Inferno
didn't see
Dragon.
Mrin even use his Zap once in that way when the dragon kind of connected to his golem in both the fights.
He kind of held on to that Zap. Not sure why. As Manoj told us that, it's too early and the damage was kind of done already and the golem was fairly low on health.
Yeah.
It was already, spawning into 2 golemites.
True.
So that's what it's called,
Baby
by the way.
golems.
It's golemites. When the golem breaks into 2, they become golemites. Golemites, actually.
Yeah.
So.
But as we talk about that, we could just see the final standings of where Mrin and Arpan as of now stand. We see Mrin who's sitting on the 8th spot as of now. He's played 4 games. I think that's a little wrong. He's played more than 4 games, I think. But okay, he's played 4 games. He's won 2. He lost 2. He's got 6
I think it should be 5
points.
games and the
Now
score should be 2-3
like
instead.
Yes. And meanwhile, we have Arpan, who's back on the top again. He's played 8 games. He's secured 6 victories for him. Of course, Sutakshan has only played 5 games for now, so he would be taking over Arpan very soon if he's able to finish the rest of his game. And I mean, Beast already defeating Arpan kind of just shows that he's already defeated one of the really good contenders coming into the ESL India Premiership. So I think that his road a little bit ahead from now seems more safer and easier. And I'm hoping to see him at the land finale and really put a face to that player. But with that, we do come to an end with today's Clash Royale segment. If you guys have missed out any games, you can head out to our YouTube channel. All the games are saved right there. Also, do subscribe to us to know when we come live to you every single day with all the exciting games from the ESL India Premiership. Don't go anywhere, folks. Coming up next, we have counter